Hi there, this is Kate in the Nest and welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you are well and so glad that you can join me for this little session. I have been busy today doing all sorts of things and it's time. My husband just actually said, when are you going to film that video? Because I've been just enjoying the process so much, and now it's time to share with you where I'm up to. So this is the Roxy's Creations Journal of Stitchery, gone to the extent of using Rachel's fabrics in a quilt that I'm calling the Betty after my mum, and I've had such lovely responses from so many of you that I thought before I go away, I'm not going to take this one with me. So I thought I'd update you on where I am. So the idea is I've done 9 squares, that size. I've been looking at Karen from Railway Cottage Studios. I just love your work, Karen. And I've looked at Rachel's work today. I've looked at Pam's, and this together is a celebration of the journey that I'm on with you all. To my new subbies, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's a delight to have you here. And a special shout out to Helen, who told me that she's been with me from the very beginning, but doesn't comment much. So Helen, this one's for you as well. Okay, I've stitched down pieces of collage on this piece. I want to do some work with this cotton. It's a vintage one from the sewing basket, and it reminded me that Mum always has cotton near her. The other thing is, hang on, I've just haven't got what I thought I wanted with me. Isn't it handy that you can pop off the camera and just... I've got these little treasures, and I was going to talk about one. No, I'll bring that over instead. Where was I up to? Yeah, Mum and the cotton reels. So the inspiration has been the relationships probably between mums and daughters or sisters or all of us. So as well as the quilt, it's 9, I just said that, but it's going to grow because it's not going to be big enough, and I want to do more, especially when I get more of Rachel's fabrics. That's her flowers there. But accompanying it, I'm making, again inspired by Rachel and her recording of Lulu's quilt, I am using the What Katie Did Next book that was in a dilapidated state, and here she is at the moment so far. So it's pinned in some ways, and I've just lost again the bit that's... I'll take you through my idea. I think my mum's love has wrapped me like a blanket for my entire life. Her favourite flowers are roses, and so I have taken the vintage book and I have made it a soft blanket cover. It's going to have various pieces, but when we open it, hang on, I'm getting a bit teary again. This is such a special project. I've been so inspired by so many, and thank you. This is a treasure. Oh, let's do the doily the right way so that we can see that beautiful rose. So it's going to be a combination of stitching and journaling. So here's the blanket that forms most of the squares that I've done so far. No, I shouldn't call them squares, they're blocks. And so it's a soft cover, and it's looking like that from the top. And when you open, so it'll have a tie. Oh gosh, I'm going to cry, everyone. Do you know Judy, Rachel's mum, and Zoe and the Green Door? You are responsible for all of this, and I have the most immense gratitude because I've found such joy in my life since starting to do this. So here's the blanket, and when we open it, so roses, it's going to lay like this. here's Rachel's fabric. I've had a hard time and I'm 1 year out now, and so the butterflies have always been the symbol of my transformation into my next chapter. So that's there with another one going around the spine. The papers of Rachel and my friend Judy have inspired me to do paper journals. This is my mum's knitting so far, and this flap is the blanket, and it's going to come out here with my mum's negligee nightie. I'm going to make that a pocket so I can put more fabric and things in there. And then I'll get a hold in a minute, everyone. And then it opens out, and here's that other piece. This was the first piece that I stitched sitting beside Judy at the Green Door Studios, because I was doing other things and I hadn't stitched. So I brought along some things and literally just sat down and did running stitch. So this is a pocket inside the quilt journal. There's Mum. So I feel like I've got Rachel and Judy, the whole community, and my mum and my mum. And this is what Katie did next. I'm going to put embellishments on here, but that's my crochet that has been encouraged by my mum the whole time. Here's one of her old clip-on earrings. So it's going to go beautifully with this quilt because Mum's going to get the quilt and I'm going to keep this, and yeah, we'll see how all the time goes. Okay, so I haven't done a lot in here. I extended it because I wanted, when fabric goes in these pages, they will be filled up. But I like the names of the chapters and the drawings. So I think I showed you this time my mum's a machine applicator, and she gave me this cup and saucer. An unexpected guest. We had a home full of love that people were always just turning up at the front door, and Mum would always put a cup of tea on. I like this idea of a glamorous dress, so roses in there, and that's probably as much as I've done, but that will stick out the way my journals do. And just to keep me smiling, there's Mum's bookmark that she made. So those ears there. Oh, I know, that's right, the other bit is I backed it with Rachel's paper, this idea of beautiful cursive signing off, and it actually reminded me very much of my dad's writing. So that's where I am so far, and I'll say that I've also got hay fever, but there it is. I want to encourage you. So many of you already have said that you've always made memory quilts and treasures, and I'm really just so inspired that, you know, the list is endless. And for young people, I think they're really coming back to loving the tangible, you know, the tactile, and hold it in your hands. My son started, I think I told you, collecting, he's a photographer, but he's collecting vintage cameras now because he said, I just love the hold of them and the process after growing up with the iPhone. Okay, so I'm going to sit down. Thank you for listening to me. I was so glad to hear Rachel happier on her videos as she goes through that process of Lulu moving to Milan. But I keep saying, wow, if you've got to move anywhere, it's pretty cool to live in Italy, sorry, and go to Milan. I have another friend who's going to India, so that just jumped out. That's Kate's brain. Okay, so here's the funny thing. I have been obsessed with this quilt, and I've done a funny thing, and I have to thank Christina from Christina Creates, because I think she said that this was, is it Trapunto or something like that? I didn't know that. I just put Mum's pillow down the other night. This is her pillow slip that she and Dad slept on. And I thought of a pillow, so I just put some of my favourite, stuffing in it. And then I just have started doing stitches over the top. So the rose really stands out. I want to do some more. So that side won't be as puffy. But I didn't know about that. It was called something. Of course, I wasn't a person who invented it. All right, what do I want to do here? I've got mustard. That's reminding me of you, Juju. That's why that's threaded up. I've got this beautiful flower to embroider. Here's a piece of my favourite crochet, and this really is like a beginner embroidery set that my mum would buy me every Christmas holidays. Oh, Easter holidays. I've told you many times that we just loved a project. So I'm going to go have something that goes up there. Mum gave me this is out of her stash the other day. So a little bit of stripey. And once again, I want to acknowledge that I know all of us don't have the same family circumstances, and I'm only sharing because it's been, people have said they related. So if I can help you remember a loved one, or just to feel grateful, that's what this is about. So let's get on with the show, Kate, and just stitch. So I thought I'd do a bit of stitching, and then we might see if we can put something in the journal. So just big stitches. So we're heading off on our trip. We have 3 nights away. I enjoyed watching the telly last night with my husband, and I did lots and lots of crocheting with my upcycled fabric. So it's ready to take away. And hopefully I'm going to get lots of little pieces when I'm out there. I'll share as I'm going, if I can. We're staying on the 3rd night with my parents, with my husband's parents. So it's a lovely mix of break and family, and we were confirming that last night, and my mother-in-law said to me, there's great op shops in my town too, and I said yes. So it's lovely to have that family support. We usually there on the weekends when nothing is open, so we will see. Oh. So I'm just going up and down this stripe, nothing particularly what's the word, unique about this, but this is what I do when I chat. I'll just leave my fingers to do the walking and the talking. All right, so just a naive, and see how it will fit up. I'm going to keep that little green as a frill, so let's just go over there. I will pin that down this. Love that little embroidery there. Pinned the wrong thing. Can you see me? Yeah. It's nice to stand up and look down from the bird's eye as well. Made me smile when I saw Mum's pillow there with the rose. It's also an opportunity, like, to ask about, you know, I think until I thought of this idea, I'd never asked my mum what her really favourite flower was. So it's like a living history. I loved, I always watch Pam from Pandora's Junk Journal, and she is doing a wonderful thing that I'd never thought of or heard of, but she's doing some booklets called December a Day, and they're sort of small journals that you keep in December as a memory keeper. So you put you know, your photos, which I've shared that I take a photo a day and put it in my memory keeper, Hobonichi. And I just thought, oh, that's a lovely idea, but it also did sort of worry me. I went, oh my gosh, December, people are planning that already in the blink of the eye. So there we go. I like how that mustard has toned down the green, and pink goes all over with that, and creaky chair, but that's looking like that. I can't wait to do some work on there. Now, let us learn together how to do this. So I'm thinking I just used this fabric in the journal. Love that. Clever, clever. And what I've done is I've made it like an altered book. So I've taken some pages out, stuck others together, and yeah, and increase the spine. So if you want to know more about that, I can tell you in another, but there's probably lots and lots of other people. I've just looked at that, and it's made me think of Mum's 90, which I have a piece of somewhere. These are all the little bits that I pulled out of the nest. Oh, here it is over here. The other thing I'm thinking, yeah, that's the thing that inspired me. But look at this. Is there a way? Yes, there is. So I haven't used this, but there's another, I've got another piece. So I won't use it all in here. And I didn't use it today, but this is Kate's randomness. I love that little frill there, and the idea that we're going to have all these layers poking out. So let's turn this into a pocket. And the other thing that I've learnt from Rachel and Pam is that I can just glue easily fabric onto paper with this other sort of glue. So it's making it much easier for me. So I'm just going to put some down here and some along there. And yeah, we'll make it a little, so 3 bits of glue. the story says there that her eyes looked large and frightened. We're not going to have that. We're going to have this, and I've got, if you don't watch my journal videos, that's totally understandable, but I'm just sharing. I do keep lots of little pieces with me. Oh, bluebells, isn't that beautiful? Already made, and I stitch on paper with a machine. That's why it's been so fun to come back to slow stitching by hand. I'm just going to make a pocket. I nearly started singing then. So, oh gosh, we're blessed. Oops, let's get that off. Who knows what will happen next? I could be colouring in those pictures. It's taking me back to my childhood again. I just had a thought, where's my pink chenille bedspread with the fringe? I need some of that down here. Okay, so this has got some of Rachel's paper manuscript, which was key in our lives growing up. And let's see if we've got a little bit of something fabric to go there. I want a bit of colour. Yep. Someone won't like me doing this, but I have a set of these. Remember, they were stained, and I can think of no greater gift than to give my mum the hands that have stitched. Okay, let's just put that there. The work of fellow makers is what I'm trying to say. So I don't want to cover all that writing up. We just want to have a little bit of everything. I'm just thinking of Pam, and I picked these up when I was in the States. Bloom from Within. We'll just put that there for the moment. I could have put more on there. Let's just take a little bit, seeing it's a scene with a puffy bed. A little bit of the nightie and the pillow slip. To fit it in here. So don't need the leaf. Let's try my flower to flower, my leaf to leaf. Can't quite work. Oh, yes it can. That's where that goes. If I can top it up. That sticky finger. I just noticed that this is It's got a pocket within a pocket there. Getting very excited because I've got a pocket there as well. I've got all these, I'm rustling over here because I've got all these vintage postcards that I bought back. And I'm thinking of Pam because she was making something for her granddaughter, I think, as well. So, no, I'm getting too carried away. All right, so let us just unpile what I've put on. Oh, that's where I started, everyone. See, I get so carried away. Because I used this stripe here today, I want to put a little bit of that in the journal. I want to put that there. So let's do that as we go. I'm going to just use normal glue stick for that. I can't stand this blue, even though it drives clear. It really worries me. I love that idea. So the teacup has got the I'm just gone quiet because I'm thinking. I have no idea what scissors I'm chopping with. Just thinking over how emotional I was at the start. I promise I won't do that every time. Just like that. I was going to make it a cluster, but I still could if I could find my stapler. Okay, I'm going to put that there on the other side of the page. And I'll staple. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick that down. Like that. And then this is going to go over the top. Yeah, that's better. Stapler. And I might put a little piece, yes. You don't need to see me. I'll fix that so it's a cluster. All right, I feel good about that. And that's probably a reasonable place to start, to finish, I mean. Okay, let's do a quick recap. Betty's journal, Rachel's paper, jumper with beads, symbolizes so much. Inside, tuck, and Mum's 90 on the back. And then in it, we've done some pages. And this is going to wrap around like this. And there'll be some sort of wrappage. and we didn't do much stitching, but that's where we've got to right now. So Kate's going to scrunch all of those up. That's my sort of tidying today, because we're in the creative flow. I can see I need something there. So right from now, let's just put my little pin cushion there. Okay, this is Kate in the Nest. Thank you so much for being with me and for your support. Until next time, bye.